This is the best and the surefirest way to get some sales going on a daily basis on eBay. Hey, it's Don. Today I wanted to talk about sales on eBay. I know a lot of people are having issues with sales right now. I've been hearing it all over the place across the board. There are some things that you can do that will always help you get some sales. The first one I would always recommend is listing some items, listing some new items. Now, if you've got back stock and you're still going out and sourcing, not selling much, but you're still buying a ton of stuff, you really should work on listing, getting some of that back stock up. The more fresh listings you have in your store, the more sales you will get. Every single time we list something new, we get some takers almost immediately. The first day, so much percentage of everything we list always sells. Now, it doesn't mean just throwing some junk up on eBay and it's going to sell no matter what. You've got to do some homework. You've got to research. You've got to put some effort into making sure that you're only listing good stuff. If you list junk and stuff that no one wants, you can list as much of that as you want and it's not going to change your results, because it's not good merchandise to begin with. That's literally the best way you can get sales. If you're picking up stuff constantly list stuff. Spend half your day sourcing if that's what you must do, and then the other half of the day listing whatever you acquire. It's the best way to keep action on your store. It will create that action that you need to get more people in. There'll be new items popping up left and right. Even with just listing some items, there are some approaches that can garner you a better overall return on those listings. We try to split up what we list. I'll list some items in one category, some items in another category, and so on in the very same day across the very same week. That way my footprint of new listings, of new stuff popping up, isn't just geared towards one specific type or one specific group of people. I cover many niches when we list new stuff, so I've got multiple opportunities to drum up new sales from new people coming into the store. As well, if you are listing continuously all the time, those people who have been buying from you for a very long time, those repeat buyers, will have a bigger reason to keep coming back. You'll constantly be supplying them with new options, new opportunities of items to buy. It's just the way it works. Everybody I know that lists new stuff like that, good stuff, sells that stuff as they go. Now, obviously, most of what we find aren't $1,000 items or $500 items. That's not usually what the case is for most people. So for us, we need to have a lot of listings to compensate for that. The general scheme of the layout of the land locally for thrift stores and stuff like that isn't very good. A lot of it's been picked through. A lot of it never even makes it to the floor if it's at a thrift store. It all goes to auctions or high-end sites. Some of them, from what I heard, have people that come in there and specifically are able to buy certain things before other people, before it ever makes it on the floor. So I write off those. Even estate sales sometimes can be the same way, where people get in ahead of time. I've been in ahead of time myself, so I know that a lot of the estate sales can work that way. Not all of them. There are some good ones out there as well. Now, another step that I've talked about for a little while now is sell similar. Ending a bunch of listings in bulk and selling similar. Doing that's almost like listing a bunch of new items. It gives you some refresher to your store, makes some movement happen, and it does bring people in. It allows me to send out a ton more offers to watchers whenever I do that. The vast majority of what we sell are done through offers to watchers or offers coming in from somebody else. We do obviously sell some at full price, but the majority are from offers to watchers, as well as those offers coming in, as I said. So I kind of play the field when we do that. You want to refresh stuff. So when I refresh it that way through Sell Similar, it always bumps up and boosts, sometimes double, triple, quadruple the amount of offers to watchers I can send out. Now also, when I do Sell Similar, just like when I list new items, I sell a certain percentage of those almost every single time across the board. I can almost set my clock, honestly, by the sales I get from listing new items as well as me doing Sell Similar. Something that does work. Now, if you're still not gaining ground when you're doing those specific steps, I would recommend looking at your items. I would go back in and do some research to make sure that your items are good. I would double check your keywords as well. Double check the prices. Have some of them been up on the site for any length of time? If they have, more people could have listed similar items, and they could all be lower than you at this point. It's something you always have to take into consideration. Again, it does depend on how your business is set up, how you do your handling of your prices as well. Just one of those things you have to always constantly be aware of. Things do change, and if you had anything up for any length of time, that can affect why it's not selling. Now, when none of that works, or you're still not gaining ground on that, now when nothing else is working, there's another step you can try. Now, I actually go ahead and bulk raise prices on items, 500 at a time. We'll do a bunch 500 up. Next month, we'll come back in and do 500 down. Now, when you're targeting stuff like that, I do them by specific category. I'll sort my listings by category specific, and then I'll go in and do it that way. That way, I'll know which ones I need to lower back down the next month. When you do that, you're changing prices. It's one of the 3 key factors for that listing, for any listing really on eBay. You've got the price, the title, and the photo. Those are the 3 foundations, the main foundation of your listing. Whenever you change one of those, it helps to reestablish that listing. It will recategorize itself, and eBay will have to reassess the listing to begin with. So it's like refreshing the listing. It's the only other way that I'm aware of that you can do that on your own. You've got to alter one of those 3 key factors, and that does get you a little bit of boost for most people. All of the steps I just mentioned, if you do them combined together, you can actually get some leverage. One last thing that I do all of the time, 3 days a week I'm running these, I run sales and markdowns. What we do is we'll run them on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So I'm not dealing with anything on the weekend. I've kind of split up my week as well. So I'll run sales for 2 and 3 days. I never run a sale anymore longer than 3 days. Just like how eBay can bury some of your listings if they've been up on the site for a while. Again, that's why you do sell similar with sales. If you run a sale for like a month or two, the middle section of those sales do not get the views. When an item just goes on sale for the first day, it's announced, hey, this item is on sale. And when it's ending, the last day also, it will say, hey, sale ends soon, or so many hours left, or whatever the case may be. So that draws attention to your listings when people see that. Now, for us, the biggest part of the sales that we run is that I do get more offers to watchers. I am able to send out more offers to watchers because of those. So the minute stuff goes on sale, boom, my offers to watchers amount does go up also. So if I do all of these activities together, it's a huge boost across the board for us. So if you've got no sales and you haven't tried all those steps there, I would be surprised if you didn't at least increase your sales by a certain percentage by doing these steps one by one across the board. These are things that every store should address if they're having issues. Even if you don't think that you're having issues and you're getting good sales, you might be surprised if you do some of these steps that your sales could greatly increase above and beyond what they're doing now regardless. So just because you've got record numbers doesn't mean that if you do a couple of these steps, you won't break those records again. So those are things that I would always honestly and sincerely recommend everybody doing to get a boost for your sales. Now, I don't personally promote listings on eBay at all. I don't pay eBay extra to promote anything. In some cases, though, you may need to do it. We used to do promoted listings. And, you know, depending on the category, especially in clothing, we pretty much had to do free shipping and promoted listings to get any traction in the clothing category, households, and things like that. That's one more aspect, too. Some items sell better on other sites. eBay isn't always the best place to sell everything. Some items obviously will always sell better on eBay, but other items you can get far more money by listing them somewhere else. Like records, for an example. Discogs is great for some records. Amazon is great for some records, as is eBay. So we use those all together. We leverage which ones sell better on which site, and that's where they go because we'll get more money. Our ROI on those items will be better. Hence, it will improve my sales overall because I'll be bringing more of that down to the bottom line. Those are just some of the steps. There's many other ways you can boost your sales. Pay attention to your store. Work your store regularly. If you're doing this because you enjoy doing this, you will also do far better as well. If this is just a way to get some money and it's just another job to you, it does get to be old to some people, and they may not get the hype. They may not get the thrill of doing this. For me, it's a thrill. I enjoy doing this. I'm passionate about it. So for me, I'm all in on no matter what's going on. But anyway, that's what I have for you today. Hopefully that gave you some ideas, some thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell all your friends.
Now, playing on ColecoVision, Mr. Do and Time Pilot, two of the best new arcade games for the best system made. This is Time Pilot, a battle with aircraft from the past and the future.
Homing missile! Got him! Uh-oh, blue bomber!
And this is Mr. Do. Mow a path to his fruit and start picking, but don't get picked off.
Powerball!
Nice shot. Mr. Do and Time Pilot, now playing on ColecoVision. The best system in town keeps getting better.